new series in the Infinity Gaming A-Team Open for the month of June, and it's going to be between Emzeeshady and Daniel. It's going to be a ZVP. I really hope we get to see some late game play because I really like late game ZVP. And here in the bottom right hand corner we have the Teal Zerg Emzeeshady. In the top left hand corner we have the Orange Protoss Daniel. Uh, Daniel, I think he's part of the mentoring program that we offer here at Infinity Gaming. Uh, if you check the forums, he's actually been putting up a ton of guides lately for Protoss. He actually had a guide up today about the ins and outs of late game Protoss versus Zerg. So maybe he'll be putting that to work here today against MZ. Alongside with me today is no one really knows how to pronounce his name in Infinity, so we just call him Dan.
Hello, everyone. We can see Daniel here starting out with a basic, what'll be a Forge Fast Expand. The question is he going to be going for Nexus first or Forge first?
What makes you think it's going to be a Forge expand, not a Gateway expand?
If it were to be a Gateway expand, that pylon would most likely be in his main. I very rarely see on ladder or in my own private matches people going for a Gateway expand on the low ground like that, just because it's more area to cover and it's a lot harder to cover without cannons.
Well, we'll see. He's currently going up to 15 probes, so I think it's going to be a Nexus first.
Yep, and that Nexus standard would be coming around at about 17 supply for him. See a hatch first coming down for Emzeeshady. Emzeeshady just coming off of that 2-0 win. So his thought process must be feeling pretty good right now. And he has some momentum going in his favor. I'm not sure how Daniel's first series went.
Well, Daniel, he's now dropping the Nexus, and it's this type of build seems to be common against every matchup I've been seeing against Zerg lately. You see Protoss going Nexus first, and Terrans going CC first, and personally in my play, I feel worried when I do something like this. I fear this early aggression, but Daniel's scouting has been really good, so he knows when the aggression's going to start coming.
Yeah, and I was actually talking to Daniel earlier about his strategy in this matchup, and he mentioned to me that he's been experimenting a bit with going Stargate and getting Phoenix out to clear the map of Overlords, and then going for a Warp Prism with sentries loaded into them to force field the ramp in the main. And he mentioned to me that that was a strategy that he really liked doing and that he thought was a fun style to play, so we can expect to see that from him in this series at some point.
It sounds quite interesting. Meanwhile, MZ, he's doing a little drone transfer here down to the natural. Get the best of the income there. And we're seeing a little cannon and gateway.
MZ's going, both players actually going pretty standard so far. Not really much variation from what most people do in this game. Emzeeshady taking a third base.
Yeah,
and the Cybercore just coming down now for Daniel.
And Daniel's taking 2 gases. Still nothing out of the ordinary, but I think we could see a Stargate come out of this, just like you were saying about Daniel's build.
Yeah, and actually, I'm not 100%.
What the fudge is this? Why is this happening? Okay, we're good.
Yep, it looks like each game is doing that for 3 or 4 seconds. So.
User joined your channel.
Sure you're on the right scene.
User left your channel.
I switched it, Morse.
Oh, on the stream you're at the wrong scene right now.
Yeah, I know, there's a 3-minute delay. I caught it before.
Yep, alright.
Happened.
Now you see Daniel adding on 2 more gases and starting Warp Gate tech. The question is he going to be going with a Robo, a Fast Third, or a Stargate? Now judging by those 2 gases right there, he should be going for either a Stargate or a Robo with some sentries to defend his main.
Well, MZ, he seems pretty calm in this game. Like, he doesn't seem too worried about anything that's going to happen. He's sitting down and he's just droning up.
And we see Daniel adding on 1 more gateway and a Robo Bay. 2 more gateways actually, so that makes it 3 gateways and a robo as of right now. And if he decides to stick with that, unless he's adding on more gateways, like 4 or 5 more, he should be going for a third base relatively soon. Now the Overlord from Emzeeshady coming in, and let's see what that all sees. He does not see the robo yet. Sending it into the main, it's going to be a matter of can the sentry kill it, and he sees the robo bay.
Yeah, both his Overlords here getting a really good scout off. He's seeing everything happening
a bit
right now.
different from Emzeeshady. 6 Overlords and a Roach Warren in production with all that free supply, unless that was a misclick. You can expect to see a lot of roaches coming out. Because usually when that many Overlords are put into production, it means that they plan on making a lot of roaches.
And his third's up and running, so let's just take a look at the income tab here. Like, he's doing pretty good on income.
Looks like a full mineral saturation on 3 bases and 3 gases would be perfect for a Roach Zergling all-in. We'll see if he adds on anything more.
Yeah, he's roughly doubling the mineral income of Daniel right now, so there's going to be a lot of roaches on the map in a short time, and this is going to be really effective.
Yep, and of course you see those 5 gateways and immortals in production right now. It's going to be a matter of how good Daniel's force fields are. That's going to be the real question here. How well can he hold it off?
These gateways now turning into warp gates. So we're going to see some more units
+1
on
weapons,
the field quickly.
30 seconds from finishing. And roach speed just starting now. With more units in production and no 4th on the way yet, which leads me to believe that these units will be moving out probably right as roach speed finishes. A warp prism in production for Daniel, and 3 more sentries. We'll see if he decides to load those sentries up, or if that warp prism's just going to be for zealots.
Maybe he'll be doing the build he was discussing with you, like the strategy where he's dropping sentries into the main and falling off the ramp.
Actually, a big mistake for Emzeeshady right now. If you look around the sides of the maps, most Zergs will have Overlords there to spot for drops. Emzeeshady not having any of those Overlords, if that Warp Prism decides to move along the right side of the map towards the main, he won't know about it until it's in his base warping in units.
I think, yeah, he actually did see that Warp Prism with these Zerglings and the Overlord right outside of his main.
Down on the left side of the map. And Emzeeshady starting some Spore crawlers right now.
So we'll see
So he should be able to hold that.
Alright, here we go. What are we going to see here? Nothing yet. No, Daniel sees the Zerglings
coming around.
There are a lot of roaches on the map. There are 32 roaches.
I think now that Daniel has seen with this Warp Prism, some of the units that Emzeeshady has, he knows that something's up right now. And he has actually supply blocked pretty badly right now.
Well, just look at the food count. It's 165 for Emzeeshady and 91 for Daniel.
I think he'll be using that Warp Prism to as a proxy pylon, and we see Emzeeshady moving out right now, hoping to catch this before any stalkers are warped in. And we'll just see how good of a surround Emzeeshady can get.
There are just so many roaches on this map now. 43 roaches.
Alright, it looks like Daniel is backing up a little bit. Trying to get a bit better positioning. And Emzeeshady is keeping most of his roaches in his main, and he's warping in stalkers now and sentries. This is a very scary push. It's going to be all a matter of positioning from here on. Can Emzeeshady get this round he needs? And it looks like he does. I think Daniel needs to force field off and do a recall if he doesn't want to end up losing this entire army.
God, the force fields are really nice here, but he's just outnumbered, man.
It's just too many force fields. And I think Emzeeshady may have just won this game with that late Immortal Sentry push coming down.
Yeah, 10 more roaches in production, plus 1 attack about to finish for these roaches.
He's just lost too many units. I'm not sure why he didn't recall, if he may have just mishotkeyed his Mothership Core or forgotten about recall, or maybe, most likely, he was saving up for that Photon Overcharge.
Yeah, I think he's about to throw that down right now.
Yeah, but you see way too many roaches. I don't think that Photon Overcharge will even do that much. With this many roaches, Photon Overcharge only does 20 damage per shot, which may sound like a lot, but versus this many roaches, and it looks like this may just quite simply be the game.
Yeah, MZ, oh, so many roaches. It's just so scary to look at going across the map.
Yeah, man, Emzeeshady looking to take the game right here. Nothing but arm units in production, and there's the GG from Daniel.
That was a good game in all regards, though. MZ, he saw the aggression with the scouting, and he got a lot of roaches really quickly.
And what I'm wondering right now is, from Daniel, I don't think he had enough gateways to do that all-in. Now that was the Immortal Sentry all-in that any Zerg player knows and hates. That's been a very prevalent build since Wings of Liberty. When Stefano's 11-minute Roach Max came out, that was the counter for it. It hits around 9 minutes and 30 seconds to 10 minutes. And that build is designed to stop Roach all-ins. Now, it was changed a little bit to be good for aggression. And that aggression hits right before the roaches come. And in that game, Daniel had 1 or 2 gates less than what that all-in standard has, and it hit about a minute and a half